This is where I will be ranking all the bosses in the true arena from easiest to hardest. Some of them might be controversial, but if you don't agree with them, please don't fight me over it. Starting off, both in the no cuts and in the cuts version, if that even exists, it's the easiest one. Now, this only contains three really easy mini bosses. I mean, look at this. This is not hard. I suppose I could say that's a warm-up for what comes next, but not much really comes next. See, there's two of them, which could be hard, except individually they're quite easy. You know, it makes me wonder what would four sphere doomers at once look like. Not the rampaging doomers, which you'll find higher on this list, obviously. But like, the four normal sphere doomers, just all together. Next, in no cuts and in cuts, again! Suppose that makes my job easier. Is Wispy Woods EX. As you can see, he doesn't, his attacks. Not much change from normal to EX. Which could be considered disappointing. It could also be considered, like, this actually feels, these first feel more like arena fights than true arena fights. Coming in, number 19, the second kind of mini-boss rush, mini-rush, I suppose. It's this. Containing Kibblblade, which was very easy, as you could see. Mando, who is also quite easy. Like, look, you can just fly over most of his attacks. If you can't, you can juke out on the ground, or just fly higher than him. Sure, he can try to fly higher than you, but only when you fly high. Meaning he's very easy to dodge. The reason he's not number 20, or heck, number 21, is because of this. Which is actually kind of threatening and a good boss pair. Now, the reason Wispy Woods lost to him is because he's not really that threatening. Whereas these guys, it feels like sometimes they cover most of the screen. Only sometimes, though. And those times are few between. Which is why I think that they're only better than Wispy Woods and the other rush. Coming in at number 19, it's the Electricy Doodle. The reason he's lower than his counterpart is that he can be more easily juked out. Because if I can actually do the Cha-Cha Slide, and look, he's got significantly less health. Like, he's already in his second phase. And sure, he's got this cool hat trick, which is what puts him above what came before him, but it's not that impressive when it comes to the standards of later bosses. It shows that it is a first boss. Sure, it's the first. Sure, it might not be as bad as Wispy Woods EX, but it's still a first boss. Oh. Coming in at number 17, the third and final of the kind of the horde battles, almost. As in you're fighting a collection of mini-boss battles. The Sphere Doomers, as you can see, the electric guy, he doesn't have much to offer that the others don't. He'll come two at once. Also, conveniently, the two easiest ones. Also, lag spikes, seriously. 24 FPS, Kirby's Return to Dreamland. I would take some hardware, or take some processing power. I haven't had issues with this since I went down from 60 to 30. Complaints about FPS notwithstanding, this is easy. This last one is like mildly threatening. Like, but more threatening than all the other ones, because he can do this. This. What? Oh, I forgot he pushes you back. Yeah, there really isn't much safe space. Oh, and he flips the screen. Crazy, isn't it? Coming in at a respectable number 16, it's Mr. Duda. The reason he's higher than his electric-y counterpart is because he can do stuff like this. Now, the reason he's not that much higher than his electric-y counterpart is because, well, because of this. But it's really the second phase that differentiates from... Well, the electric-y counterpart might be doing some funny hat tricks. Mr. Duda is doing this simple attack, yes, but he's also doing... that! Which I don't normally dodge that expertly. Throwing giant fists that cover like half the battlefield at you. Might give you some time to wind up, but not some time, but not much. And there's this attack, which is honestly quite easy. Yeah. We're nearing the middle now. Coming in at 15 more, and 15 left, it's Goliath EX. Oh, number 15 and 15 more in the True Arena thing. It's Goliath EX. The Agile Gorilla. The reason that requires some level of precision. And quick reaction with the mecha's fire. Which I legitimately believe is the best copy ability, by the way. And the fact that he has this. Very scary, very menacing, covers most of the battlefield. And that really sets him apart from what came past him as we enter the middle of the list. Why didn't I take the lower route? I don't know. Really don't. Yeah, and sometimes he just throws ice shuriken bomb things. Down he goes. Literally. Coming at number 14. 14 more. And 14 more. Coming next and coming next in the no cuts and the cuts. It's the Fatty Puffer EX. The one, the only Fatty Puffer. Now the reason... Now, he's got some attacks that are hard to dodge. Well, maybe not now as much as in a second phase. His first phase is more like, you know, Mr. Duda and Wispy Woods. In terms of, you know, what came before him. And now, he shows now in the... he shows how much this has stepped up by doing this. And that big brawly thing. And the water gun. Which moves. Crazy, I know, right? It moves. But yeah, pretty middle of the list. Coming in at number 13 is Fiery Puffer. Now the reason why he's just a little harder than Fatty Puffer X is his fire and harder patterns, especially coming towards the second phase. This is once again a third boss. So it means that the second phase, it's really time to set the stage for what comes in the future. With a surprise jump in difficulty. The fire also makes it hard. Okay, sure, now unlike Fatty Puffer, that's a straight line. But it's not as much of a surprise. Especially later. And because in the true arena, you've fought this guy before. It's not... Nothing he does is surprising. Nothing anyone does is surprising. And this pattern. Hate this pattern with the burning. Hey, get it burning because it's Fiery Puffer. Passion. It's hard to dodge. Oh, and this pattern also sucks. Like really sucks. Yeah, many hard patterns is the reason why this boss is where it is. Maybe not hard, maybe more medium. Coming in at number 12, and 12 more, is the menacing blue skin, white eyes dragon. That was a really bad reference. Landia EX. Now the reason she's number 12 is because this is less intense than some bosses that come after her. And, well, I forgot her and put Goliath in twice, so I figured I'd put her in the lower one. So yeah, mistake on my part, but honestly, I feel like she might belong in number 12. Because that attack is an easy one, and the fireball one's genuinely hard. Like, look at this. The margin for error, the fact that that one might just swing diagonally. Believe me when I say this is hard. But not as hard as what comes later. Hello. Maybe not post-commentary, but editing me here, just to let you know that Crown Doom was actually number 11. Though now that I think about it, the two of them are pretty much interchangeable. Yeah, they're pretty much both number 10. I would say, but if I had to pick one to be number 11, it would be Grand Doom Reacts. And crowned with the honor of making it into the final 10 is Crowned Doomer. Comes with a lot of tricks, but is not very tanky, and honestly, if you go in, it actually might reward, at least to some degree, going in all guns blazing. Yeah, look at all those guns you can blaze. Now, the reason the Rampaging Doomers are higher is because of all the trickery and the fact that there's more... I can never get that second one. I don't know why, I just can't. And as you can see, use the normal Grand Duma portals. The fact that there's 4 targets, yeah, they're flying off to a higher spot in the list, and they are not coming back. There we go. See the... Coming at number 10. It's Grand Duma EX. Now the reason he's this high is because he has a lot of tricks, you know? Like teleporting around a million times, and the portal swirly attack. Like, that can genuinely mess you up. And then the second phase comes. And T. Maybe doesn't have that homing attack. Like his brethren. Unlike his brethren, doesn't have the homing attack, but also flies a bit, you know? And shoots out many projectiles. Oh! They spit electricity. I've actually seen that before. Yeah, there goes Grand Duma. On to greater things. Coming in at number 9, it's the Iron Soldier Metal General. He is very, well, at least, he's very, yeah, he has attacks like that, and harder attacks as well. He'd be higher if it included the entirety of his boss battle. I don't just mean just Ultra Sword. I don't mean Ultra Sword stuff. He has none of that. I mean the rest of his battle. That makes the bout really legendary. But no, here he has the triple rocket. He's got the triple rocket trendsetter. Triple rocket trendsetter might not be a good name for it, but he sends 3 rockets. Which is quite insane. Coming in at number 8, it's the even more agile. What? Feels like there's almost no safe space from the Wrath. Because the rockets are so big. In the normal one, there was only 1, but now that there's 3, you start to feel the impacts of the rockets more. Watery Hydrive. His watery balls are very hard to deal with. Okay, maybe that was a bad idea to set. Maybe that was some... At least I put that to deal with. Afterward. And as you can see, the giant ball that covers like half the battlefield stays on the screen for longer. Also, Hydrath was really hard to gold rank, and that could be one of the reasons I'm putting him down here. I mean, all the way up here. Could be just memories of Hydrath, you know? Because Ah. Well, that sucks. Guess it's time to fight water with water. Yeah, look at that. Just look at that. Don't want this anymore. Get out of here. The main mechanic of Kirby games is their signature copy abilities. It's been a platformer. But there's always this one odd time it's a space shooter. This is that one odd time. Just happens to be one of the final bosses of the extra mode. That being Lore EX and Magalore, he exists. Which, I mean... Now this is one of the harder attacks, I believe. I normally see this as a pretty hard one. And the crack. Now, I lost a run of the true arena to this. And one of the normal arena. The normal one. But only in 2-player. Yeah, this thing is a beast if you're running multiplayer. I don't mean compared to other multiplayer battles. I mean in general. Like, multiplayer lore is threatening because of the way HP works. You don't really see it in other bosses because... I honestly don't know, but it feels like Lore EX in multiplayer is the definitive Lore EX... experience. I, of course, haven't really beat... Which... You know... That's the main reason the lore is hard to deal with. And also the fact that you... Call me scummy, but you don't get to use items. Which I know. Hate me, but in a boss rush like this, items are really important. Yeah, I might do a true arena no items, but it's gonna have to be more than a one-off. Height. Genuinely nerve-wracking. Magalore's mad. He's flying off. Coming up at number 6. Oh, they still hurt me even when I can't hurt them. It's the Rampaging Doomers. Because not only are they tanky, they also have cheese. The reason it wasn't in the top 5 is because the top 5 is some are tankier. Some have even more cheese. And some are just on another level. Thinking about it now, maybe Grand Doomer should have been put higher and these guys put lower. I'm not sure. Honestly, these guys are hard. They're the gatekeeper of the final 5, and there's a reason. While they don't share the same properties as some of the Sphere Doomer EXs, they also have something they don't. This residue. Kind of. And they have this massive black hole, which is generally more... Which is common with the Sphere Doomer EXs, so I can't give them much, but... And they got attack patterns, that's for sure. The fact that they're up to 4 creatures at once is also annoying. Rampaging Doomers is the only time it's really 4 creatures at once. Just barely reaching the top 5, it's HR D3. Now, HRD3 might not be... has 2 health bars, which is the wizardry known as potential cheating. But hey, none of the health bars are big. So he's kind of tanky, but not like super tanky. So you can see, his first health bar is already almost gone. Now, most of the reason this boss hits so hard is the first time. Maybe not in the true arena, but the first time is the surprise factor, because you just fight Metal General, you at a worthy battle, and what the heck is going on with this other guy? Like, I never saw this man before. What's his deal? Turns out he's one of this galaxy's greatest warriors. The reason I say one of, because he's not the top of this list. Sure, he's close, but he's not there. As you can see, we are starting to really lay into his armor. Wait, is this the King Dedede theme? Wait, what? I didn't notice this before. But King Dedede theme shows up in most Kirby games in some way. I guess this is how it shows up in this one. This giant laser attack. It's really just super mecha, you know, and you know how broken mecha is. There, maybe not that broken, but there he goes. And Metal General is the pilot of this thing, so maybe that helps as well. Coming in at a masterful number 4, with only a select few those that have mastered its power, and those that are powerful enough without it. It's the Master Clone. Wow, he may not be the toughest HP-wise. That's discounting his unique gimmick of only being able to take damage when the tree roots are visible. And the classic HRD3 / Master Clown attack of raining fire across the bottom half of the screen. It's tried and true. Homing projectiles, and homing projectiles as well. Right now, we're seeing that if you have a gimmick, HP, the amount of HP doesn't matter if you have a way of concealing it. Now, for the death array of beams. Lore-wise, but not lore-wise, you know, the ship. Lore-wise. Only one thing contests this. only one thing contests its power. And this attack is called Captain Crunch, because of how much space is crunched. How much damage you get. You take if you miss. Now, for the technique that lesser foes have used, including the absolute hail of bullets that dominates the entire screen. Gran Turismo used that technique, and to great success. It's a good technique. I say lesser foes, the only techniques that we're really talking about are those in the top 10, or maybe even top 5. Yeah, difference of 1 place doesn't really matter unless we're talking the difference between number 2 and number 1, because it's a big difference. Yeah, now for the upgraded Lasers of Death. I almost got this guy down. Yeah, I might consider cutting some of my commentary, but maybe not all of it. Receiving the bronze medal at number 3 is Magalore. The reason he has the bronze medal is because of this. All the homing attacks. Sure, he might not look like he's doing much now, but trust me, he can do things. And he's about to. Now! What's he do? Oh, right, it's the hole, How could I have forgotten about the hole? Why is he mainly just teleporting around? Now this skips the Ultra Sword segment, which is one of the few reasons he's not number 2. And this beam, it's a straight beam. I honestly don't know what tech Fatty Puffer has that the others don't. And there's this attack. Magalore. Doing good. There he goes. And that's the scene of the battle. Coming in at number 2, the greatest, honorable-ish warrior of the galaxy is Galactonite. I believe he was originally the penultimate boss of this mode in the normal one. However, his crown has hence been stolen by the number 1 spot. And I'm going to be honest, if you have played or heard about this, you know who it is. But also, look at this. Galactonite. Worlds. But that was just a warm-up. Galactonite is done playing Galactonice. With the amazing sword-bending attack that brings death and destruction. Like, this is legitimately and attacks that lower ones on the list, such as the Master Crown and HRD 3, also used. Wow, he's got a parry. At least I think that was meant to be a parry. Why does that attack mess me up so much? And Galactonite has the honorability of fighting with 1 health bar. He's pretty tough in many ways, including HP. And now, on to the number 1. Coming in at a frankly unsurprising number 1. It's Magolor's Soul. True arena form. Especially when that is his opener. Gosh darn. And he follows it up with that. And that. Now his toughness, especially here, even here, rivals that of Galactonite in terms of HP, but he's not as tough, not as agile. The double hole! No! I hate the double hole! No, but like, I sincerely, the double hole is not fun. Oh, thanks! Okay, so snow. Mike, Umbrella, Fire, Ninja Star, Snow. Cut it! Fine, I guess I can manage with Cutter. But we thought we were done yet, and maybe wondering why Magolor's Soul, true arena form, deserves its placement. Well, you're gonna have to wait a second. Here's why. And honestly, this fight has unrivaled toughness in both forms of skill and HP. Almost 1,000 in this phase alone. Holy crap! He's using my own best weapon against me? Oh! I might not include all this. Not include all battle footage. Simply because this is gonna take... What is this attack? It's not much right now, but oh my gosh, it's the beam one! Oh my goodness, it's the monster fire one. Oh my gosh, this is so disorienting. The back screen and all the swords and everything. Can we be done with flipping the screen? I know flipping the screen might seem like a cheap game, but this is not an iPad. I can't just flip the screen back. Alright, we finally got Mecha back. It's time to deal the damage. Okay, what's this? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Same attack as the opener, but still really strong. More of that. Oh, it stays there. And with this... Oh, no, that's a miss. And with this, my boss ranking video is done. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if you disagree with my rankings at all, let me know in the comments, or don't.